Welcome to another On Base Baseball video. My name is Brian Hafferkamp, and I'm the designer of On Base Baseball. In this game, we're going to be testing out the 2000s game engine chart. So I'm currently working on getting the 2000s, so 2000 to 2009 roster sheet set out, and this is a test game for that. What do we have? We have the Cubs at the Mets. This is April 3rd, 2003. So this is an actual game played using the Baseball Sim Research scorecards. Excuse me, they are pre-filled, so I have these ready to go. And we'll be using the 2000s game engine chart, which has been, I guess, localized. That's not the right word, but it's right. Contextualized for 2000s baseball. In this game, the Cubs won 6-3. The reason I chose this game is because I wanted to pitch with Mark Prior. This is Mark Prior's rookie season, or actually his second year. His second year, he almost won the Cy Young Award. He won 18 games, and this was by far his best year in his career before his career ended, which ended far too early. He was one of the most hyped prospects of all time, and for good reason. He was Steven Strasburg before Steven Strasburg, but didn't have the same kind of career. Okay, well, let's get this game started. For the Cubs, it's going to be Grudzelanic, Alex Gonzalez playing short, Sosa in right, Alou in left, Karros at first, Corey Patterson in center, Mark Bellhorn at third, Paul Bacco, the catcher, and then Prior hitting ninth. For the Mets, the home Mets, it'll be Roger Cedeno, Jay Bell at first, Robbie Alomar Jr. at second, Cliff Lloyd in left, Ty Wigington at third, Jeremy Burnitz, Bombs Burnitz in right field, Vance Wilson at catcher, Ray Sanchez playing shortstop, and pitching for the Mets is going to be Steve Traxel. He has a 4.93 FIP. Actually, it's a Sierra, so I think it's 2001 or 2002. Sierra first got calculated, or it's been calculated back to that point. So this is his Sierra, not his FIP. But it doesn't matter. His FIP is 4.59, so it doesn't really matter that much, at least to the game. Actually, it would have dropped him. It would have dropped him a column, or raised him up a column. So his FIP would be coming out of here, and his Sierra is coming out of this last one. So we'll see how well Traxel does in this ball game. And Mark Prior, 282 Sierra, 29 batters faced. Like I said, this is definitely his best year ever. All right, so let's get this one started. This will be the 2003 Cubs at the New York Mets, played on April 3rd, 2003. Leading off for the Cubs is going to be Mark Grudzelanic, and he'll be followed by Alex Gonzalez and Sammy Sosa. They'll be facing off against Steve Traxel. Traxel pitching out of this last column here. That's going to be a 1-3 and a 1-3 to a 5. It's going to be a ground out. So ground out to the first baseman. Goes 3-1 on the put out, and that's going to be out number 1. Alex Gonzalez up now. A 2-2 to a -14, and that won't even matter because it comes off of the pitcher side, and that's going to be a solo home run here in the first inning from Alex Gonzalez as he turns on a Traxel changeup left out over the middle of the plate, and the Cubs take the early 1-0 lead on the home run. Sammy Sosa up next. There's a 1-2. That's going to be a ground out to the second baseman for out number 2. And we go to Moises Alou. Moises Alou was a 10 batting runs, so that's a 35 to a 10. It's going to be a strikeout, and Traxel gets him on the breaking ball, so that's going to be out number 3. But the Cubs do get 1 run on 1 hit, and don't leave anyone on. So we go to the bottom of the first inning. For the Mets, it's going to be Roger Cedeno, Jay Bell, and Roberto Alomar against Mark Prior. Prior will be pitching out of column 1. There's a 2-6 and a 2-6 to a -10. That's going to be a ground out. Oh, here. Yeah. Ground out to the second baseman. So quick out there. And one down with Jay Bell coming to the plate. Bell was a -9 batting runs. 2-6. That's going to be the same exact play. So that's a ground ball to the shortstop. And infield getting to work out here in the first inning. So there's a 1-4 to a 14. I'm sorry, a -14. Alomar was. And it's a ground out back to the pitcher with an error check. No error on the play. So Prior fields the ball, tosses it over to first, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Mark Prior against the Mets. Go to the top of the second inning, 1-0 Cubs. There's a 2-2 to a 2, and again, giving up another home run. So that's the danger of starting a guy who is in the final column there. So Eric Karros, put that in the wrong column. So Eric Karros with the solo bomb, dead center field, and that makes the score 2-0 Cubs as they have 2 hits and 2 runs, very efficient, and brings up Cordy Patterson to the plate. A 3-6 to Patterson, who is a 6. That's going to be a fly out down the left field, or to straightaway left, and the left fielder is Cliff Floyd. He makes a play, and that's going to be 1 out in the inning. A 2-2, another 2-2, and here's another solo home run. So 2-2s are coming hard and fast. They would normally be doubles or a possibility of a triple, but because Traxel's pitching out of the last column here, these are home runs. So that's 3 solo bombs in the first 2 innings against Steve Traxel, and we'll see how long they can stay with him. There's a 2-4 to a -9. 2-4 to a -9 is going to be a double play or a strikeout. That's going to be a K for Traxel. So out number 2. 2 down and Mark Prior to the plate. 2-6. 2-6 to a -4 is going to be a ground out to the third baseman. So third out of the inning. The Cubs do get 2 on 2 hits, 2 solo home runs in the inning, and taking Steve Traxel to task at this point, as the Cubs lead 3-0 going into the bottom of the second inning. There's a 1-5 against an 18. 1-5 to an 18 is going to be a ground out, and that'll be a ground out to the second baseman. So 4 straight ground outs to start the game for Mark Prior. A 1-3 to a -9. 1-3 to a -9 is going to be another ground out, this time to the shortstop. And it's going to get eerie if you get a grounder back to the pitcher here. There's a 2-6 to a 0. And a 2-6 to a 0 is a grounder, this time to the second baseman again. And that's going to be Bellhorn, or Grudzielanek, I'm sorry, making the play. So 3 up, 3 down, go the Mets. And it's 3-0 as we head to the top of the third inning. Cubs over the Mets. There's a 2-4 to Grudzielanek. That's going to be a walk because it's coming out of this last column here for Traxel. So Grudzielanek gets to first via the walk, and his speed is only a 4, so I'm not going to chance that. Here's Alex Gonzalez. He's a -15. Here's a 3-6, and that's going to be a fly ball to the left center field gap, and the left fielder Floyd makes the play, and that's going to be out number 1. Brings up Sammy Sosa to the plate. Another 3-6. 3-6 to a 23 is going to be a line out or a pop out if it's 7. So it's a line out to the center fielder. So he hits it hard, but he hits it right at the center fielder, Cedeno. Cedeno makes a play, and that's going to be 2 outs in the inning. So 2 outs and a runner at first. Moises Alou to the plate. A 2-6 to Alou. Alou is a 10. So that's going to be a single with an error check. So a single to center field with an error check on Cedeno. No error on the play. So single right up the middle, and that's going to push the runner to second base. Nope, no RBI there. So 2 on, 2 out, and Eric Karros to the plate. He homered in his last at bat. There's a 3-6. No home run here. 3-6 to a 2 is going to be a fly ball to center field. Cedeno squeezes it for the out, and that's out number 3. So the Mets get out of that one, having given up no runs on 1 hit. And the Cubs do strand 2, can't get them in, and they still have a 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 5-5 to Vance Wilson, who is a -9. That's going to be a line out or a foul out. It's a 7, so it's a foul out if it's a 6 or greater, so it's going to be a foul out for out number 1. And Ray Sanchez to the plate. Here's a 3-4 to Sanchez, who's a -22. And that's going to be a single with an error check. So it's a single down the left field line. And we'll check Moises Alou here. No error on the play. So Sanchez pulls the curveball down the line, and that's going to be a single. And let's go ahead and let Traxel hit. We'll see what happens here. A 3-4. 3-4 to -8. Is here. That's going to be a single with an error check. So again, check it. The left fielder again. No error out there. So letting the pitcher hit pays off. It's going to be runners at first and second with Roger Cedeno to the plate. He's a -10. A 2-4, nothing here for Pryor. In fact, that's going to be a double play, and we're going to go 6-4-3 on the double play. So that's the 3rd out. 2nd out. So 1, 2, 3. Go the Mets. And inning-ending double play there from Mark Pryor as the Cubbies go Gonzalez to Grudzielanek to Karros for the double play to end the inning. And we head to the bottom of the, top of the 4th inning, and it's going to be Corey Patterson, Mark Bellhorn, and Paul Bacco. There's a 2-4 to Patterson. That's going to be a strikeout. Oh, actually, it's a walk. I'm sorry. So because it comes off Traxel's card, that's going to be a walk. We're going to try to steal with Corey Patterson. He's a 7. So, and they get him. So Patterson tries to take off, and he gets thrown out by Vance Wilson. So Mark Bellhorn to the plate with nobody on and 1 out. That's going to be 1 out. A 2-6. 2-6 is going to be nothing, and a 2-6 to a -10 is going to be a ground out to the second baseman. 2 outs in the inning, and Paul Bacco to the plate. There's a 4-5. 4-5 to Bacco, who's a -9, is going to be a long single. Bacco with the speed of 4 is going to stay at first. And brings up Mark Pryor to the plate. Pryor actually a pretty good hitter, -4 batting runs. A 3-3 to Pryor is nothing here, and that's going to be Bombzola. So Mark Pryor getting into it as he reaches out and pokes one into the left field stands, and that's going to be a 2-run home run for the pitcher. As Bacco comes in on the home run from Mark Pryor, so the Cubs now take a 5-0 lead as Grudzielanek steps in. There's a 2-6. 2-6 to Grudzielanek, who is a 5, is here. So that's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. And they get the 3rd out of the inning, but not fast enough, as the Cubs add 2 more on 2 hits. So 5-0 Cubs as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be difficult for the for the Mets to come back in this one. They didn't have a lot of offense that year. 6-6 is going to be a strikeout. So Pryor gets his first strikeout of the day. He's actually not been a strikeout machine yet. 3-6 to a -14. 3-6 is going to be a flyout to to right field. So 2 down in the inning. It's going to be a 4-6. A 4-6 to Cliff Floyd, who is an 18 batting runs. 4-6, that's going to be a hit by pitch or a walk. It's a 1, so that's going to be a hit by pitch. So Pryor comes inside. If a curveball gets away from him and hits Floyd in the foot, and Floyd goes down to first. Runner at first base with 2 outs, and Ty Wigington to the plate. Wigington playing third in this game. A 2-4, that's going to be a K, and that's strikeout number 2 in the inning for Mark Pryor. So no runs on no hits, 1 left on for the Mets, and we head to the top of the 5th inning. Still 5-0 Chicago. There's a 5-5. So 18-19. Traxel can go 26. We'll see how far Traxel can go. He's given up 5 runs, but it's kind of to be expected. Pitching out the final column over here. So a 5-5 to a -14 is going to be a line out or a foul if it's 5. So that's a line out to the third baseman. So he hits it hard, but he hits it right at Wigington. So that's out number 1. Sosa to the plate. There's a 1-5 to Sosa, who's a 23. And a 1-5 is going to be a ground out to the first baseman. He takes it to first unassisted. And that's 2 outs in the inning. Moises Alou has a 1-6. 1-6 is going to be a fly ball to straightaway left. No problem there for Floyd as he puts it away for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down go the Cubs in the top of the 5th inning. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Chicago up 5-0 over New York. There's a 1-1 to a 0, and a 1-1 is going to be a strikeout. And that is Pryor heating up. He's starting to get the K's rolling a little bit. There's a 3-4 to a -9. 3-4 to a -9 is going to be a single with an error check. So single to right. No error on the play. Sosa makes it. And so that's going to be a runner at first. Is Vance Wilson with 1 out. A 2-5 to a -22 is going to be a fly out with an error check. So that's a fly to left field. It'll be an error check on Moises Alou. No error on the play. So we go F7 on the put out and 2 down with 1 on, and Steve Traxel to the plate. So 18, 19, 20, 22. We'll let Traxel go another inning. He got out of the last one there. So 3-5 to a Traxel is a -8. 3-5 is going to be a ground out, and that's going to be a ground out. Sorry, that's a double play or a strikeout, so that's a strikeout looking. All right, so no runs on 1 hit, 1 left on for the Mets in the 5th inning, and we head to the top of the 6th. Steve Traxel still in the game. Let's see how far he can go. He still hasn't reached his limit of batters yet. 1-6, that's going to be a fly ball for Eric Karros. He flies out to the left fielder for out number 1. Here's a 1-4 to Patterson. 1-4 to Patterson, who is a 6 batting runs. That's going to be a hit by pitch or a walk. It's a 7, so that's a walk for Corey Patterson. His 2nd straight walk in the game. Let's try to steal with him again. See if he can make it. And he does this time, so he slides in safely under the tag. And that's a stolen base. He's 1 for 2 in steals in this game. And a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Mark Bellhorn. There's a 5-6. A 5-6 to Bellhorn, who is a -10. He is going to be a strikeout for Traxel. And Paul Bacco to the plate. 2 down. Runner at second base. There's a 4-5. and that's to a -9. And it's going to be a long single, so that's going to score Patterson from second. Baco with the RBI, and Mark Prior to the plate. A 1-3 to Prior is a -4, or who is a -4, it's a ground out. That's going to be to the first baseman. He tosses it to the pitcher who's catching, or who's running over to first, and that'll be out number 3. So the Cubs do get 1 run on 1 hit, and that's the RBI single from Paul Baco, and scores Corey Patterson from second base, and they take a 6-0 lead. So 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it will be Roger Cedeno, Jay Bell, and Robbie Alomar Jr. So there's a 5-6. That's going to be a K. So Prior started slow with the strikeouts, but he's starting to heat up now. 3-5 to a -9. That's going to be a double play or a strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts for Prior. He's got the fastball working today. He's got the curveball working today. He's got the slider working today. So no chance for the batters. Really, it's a 4-5 to a -14. 4-5 is going to be a long single, and Alomar's speed is a 5. But Alomar's aboard at first base with Cliff Floyd coming up. Floyd hit by pitch in his last at bat. He gets a 2-5 here to an 18, and 2-5 to an 18 is going to be a fly out. Oh, sorry. Fly out with an error check. So fly out to right field. Sosa's under it, makes the play. And so we go F9 on the put out. That'll be the 3rd out of the inning. And the Cubs go down in the 6th, so no runs on 1 hit and 1 left on. To the top of the 7th we go. Cubs are up 5-6-0. And let's go ahead and bring in a new pitcher for the Mets. Okay, new pitcher for the Mets is going to be David Weathers, 387 Sierra. He can go 5 batters, so let's see how he deals with this top of the Cubs order. It's going to be Grudzielanek, Alex Gonzalez, and Sammy Sosa in the 7th inning. There's a 1-2 to Grudzielanek, who is 0 for 2 on the day. 1-2 is going to be a ground out to shortstop. So 6-3 on the put out, and that's 1 down in the inning. Alex Gonzalez up to the plate, a 4-5 to a -14. He gets his second hit of the day, so he's 2 for 4. So that's a solid single for Gonzalez. He's at first base with 1 out, and Sammy Sosa stands in. There's a 2-2 to Sosa. Remember, pitching out of a 3.87. He's pitching out of the 2nd column now. So basically a league average pitcher. League average is somewhere in between these in the 2000s. So here is Sosa. He's 23 batting runs. A 2-2 to a 23 is going to be a double or a triple if it's an 8 on the D9. So it's not, it's a double. So Sammy slides in safely to second base, and that pushes Gonzalez to third base on the double. Only 2 speed, so not going to chance anything, especially with 1 out. They stay out of the double play situation with the double, and brings up Moises Alou. There's a 2-3 to Alou. 2-3 is going to be, he's a 10. 2-3 is going to be a ground out to the second baseman. We'll do an error check. No error on the play. So we're going to go 4-3 on the put out. That's going to be an RBI as run comes in from third. And that makes it 7-0 Cubs. Eric Karros to the plate, runner at third base and 2 outs. Already 1 in for the Cubs, and that's going to be a strikeout right here. And that'll be a strikeout swinging for Eric Karros. 3rd out of the inning. The Cubs do get 1 on 2 hits, and they leave 1 at third. And so we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is 3-5-6-7-0 Cubs, as Mark Prior is still going strong in this game. He can go 29 batters without degrading, so that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 batters so far. Maybe complete game in Prior's future. Let's see how things go in these last few innings. So that's a 2-5 to a -9. And that'll be a fly out down the left field line with an error check. And the left fielder is Alou. Sprints over to the line and makes the play. So that's going to be F7 on the play. That's a bad looking F7, but we got it. Jeremy bombs Burnitz a 1-5 to 0. A 1-5 to a 0 is going to be a single. So Jeremy Burnitz doesn't go yard on this one. One of the hardest swings in the history of baseball. But he does get a knock out of it. And it's going to be Vance Wilson to the plate. There's a 3-4. 3-4 to a 0. 3-4 to a 0 is going to be a single with an error check. So that's up the middle. No error on the play for Patterson, as back-to-back singles for the Cubs have runners at first and second with one out. Ray Sanchez to the plate. This could be a big hit. 2-2 to a minus forever, a double or a triple. If it's an 8, that's going to be a double. So a 2-bagger for Ray Sanchez. And that's going to be the first run on the board for the Mets, as they ruin the shutout. And runners at second and third now with one out. There's a 3-4. 3-4 to, which I guess would be Weathers now. Oh. It's not going to be Weathers. It's going to be a pinch hitter. Let me get a pinch hitter there. Okay, we go with Jose Reyes, young shortstop. And let's roll again. That's a 2-5. 2-5 to Reyes, who is a 0 batting runs. 2-5 is going to be a fly out with an error check. So fly out to left, and that's going to be out number 2. Runner at third base is a catcher. We're not going to try to go home with that. So that's going to be 2 outs in the inning. Runners at second and third for the Mets as they try to mount a comeback. A 1-3 to Cedeno, who is a -10, is going to be a ground out to the pitcher. Pryor makes the play, and that's out number 3. So down go the Mets, but they do get one. So 1 run on 3 hits, and they leave 2. Still down 7-1 as we head to the bottom or the top of the 8th inning. And it's going to be Corey Patterson, Mark Bellhorn, and Paul Bacco. We need to get a new pitcher in for the Mets. Okay, new pitcher for the Mets is going to be Pedro Feliciano, and he'll be facing the middle bottom of the order. It's going to be Patterson, Bellhorn, and Bacco. Feliciano's a 3-7-8, so he'll be pitching out of this third column. That's a 3-6, and a 3-6 to a 6 is going to be a fly out. So fly ball to left center field. Floyd makes the play, and that's going to be out number 1. Mark Bellhorn to the plate. Bellhorn struck out his last at bat, but he does have a home run on the day. He's going to fly out here, but that's going to stay in the park as the second fly out in the inning goes to Cliff Floyd. 4-5 to Paul Bacco. 4-5 to Bacco. Bacco is a -9, so 4-5 is going to be a long single, and that is his 3rd hit of the day. He'll stay at first base as his speed is only a 4, and we're going to keep Pryor in the game. He's going to have to be downgraded, but we'll see if we can get a complete game out of him. That's a 2-5 to a -4. 2-5 to a -4 is going to be a fly out with an error check, so fly ball to left field. And Cliff Floyd makes every out in the inning. So that's going to be 3 flyouts to Floyd with a single in there. No runs on 1 hit. And excuse me, 1 left on for the Cubs in the bottom of the 8th. So bottom of the 8th we go. Mark Pryor still out on the mound. He's at 27-28. He can actually go 29 before he gets demoted or pulled down a column. So he's still pitching out of column 1. 2-4. 2-4 to Jay Bell is going to be a strikeout. So yet another K for Pryor. And that's out number 1. Robbie Alomar to the plate. That's a 2-5 to a -14. And that's going to be a fly out with an error check. So fly ball to center field. No problem for Patterson, as that's out number 2 in the inning. 3-4 to an 18. 3-4 3-4 to an 18 is going to be a home run check or a strikeout if it's a 7 on the D9. So 7, 8, or 9, it's a K. 1 through 6, it's a home run. Excuse me, it's obviously a D9, is a 9. And so that's going to be another strikeout for Pryor. So 3 up, 3 down. Cliff Floyd takes a mighty cut and comes up empty. And that's going to be no runs on no hits for the Mets in the top of the 8th inning, or the bottom of the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th, and the Cubs are going to have the top of the order up: Grudzielanek, Gonzalez, and Sosa against Pedro Feliciano. There's a 1-3 to a 5. 1-3 to a 5 is going to be a ground out to the second baseman. No problem for Alomar as he gets it over to first base. Alex Gonzalez to the plate. Gonzalez 2 for 4. And we're going to make that 2 for 5 as he grounds out to short. Shortstop is Ray Sanchez. He makes the slick play over to first, and 2 down for Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa doubled in his last at bat. That's his only hit of the day. There's a 5-5 to Sosa, who is a 23. So 5-5 is going to be a double play or a strikeout, and Sammy gets caught looking. So that's going to be out number 3, and that is it for the Cubs. Is a no runs on no hits, nobody left on in the 9th inning, and we go to the bottom of the 9th with Mark Pryor trying to finish off this game. So that's 27, 8, 9, 30, 31, and so he'll be pitching out of this second column here as he has gone past his excuse me, he's gone past his stamina rating. So there's a 2-6. Sorry. 2-6 to a -9 is going to be a ground out. So it's a grounder to first base. And it's Karros who makes the play. And it'll be Jeremy Burnitz. 2-5 to Burnitz, who's a 0. It's a mighty swing, and it's down the left field line. Let's see if Alou can make the play. He does. And he's been challenged several times on some tough fly balls, but he has made the play every time. And last chance for the Mets. Vance Wilson is a -9. And a 6-6 out of this appropriately. Pryor strikes out the catcher. And that's going to be out number 3. So the ball game is over. The Mets get no runs on no hits. And nobody left on. So Mark Pryor goes the distance. That was the whole reason I wanted to play this game. The final here is going to be 7-1. That's right, like 3, 5, 6, 7. So 7-1, and it was 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10 hits for the Cubs. No errors. 2, 3, 4, 7 hits for the Mets, and no errors. So clean game, but definitely 3 solo home runs early in the game really tanked the Mets, and the Mets just have no hitting in 2003. Sorry, New York. And Traxel just couldn't get it done. I mean, he was already pitching handcuffed with his starting out of this final column here. So that's going to be it here. It's 7-1. Cubs over the Mets. This is again using the 2000s game engine chart. I'll continue to play just to make sure that everything is kosher with these, with the game engine chart and the all the roster sheets, but that should be coming out pretty soon. If you have any questions or comments about On Base Baseball, you want to know more, you can go to onbasebaseball.com. And you can also leave questions or comments down in the comment section of this video. I think that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you